about a country, you have to talk to the people of the country. So one day, up above the 7th floor, up above the roaring traffic of Dublin, I talked to some Irishmen, Franciscan Father Cormac O'Daly, Irish designer Sybil Connolly, Chief Director of Shannon's Freeport, Brendan O'Regan, and Gresham's Hotel's Managing Director from Kerry, Toddy O'Sullivan. And this is what they told me.
Oh, Toddy, you know, we celebrate St. Patrick's Day enthusiastically in our country, but I don't know the proper origin of St. Patrick's Day. Would you tell me?
Well, I think, Ed, that our good Franciscan friend, Father Cormac, is the one that's best qualified to answer that question.
You see, Ed, naturally, I suppose the feast was celebrated in a limited way. But in the 17th century, a Franciscan priest named Father Luke Wadding, an Irishman in Rome, was chairman of a certain commission, and he interceded with the Holy Father to have the feast made universal. So the modern impetus of this wide world celebration of St. Patrick is now a real fact.
Ed, what has been your impressions of Ireland on this trip?
I think all of us have commented on it, of the Americans over here, that everybody in Ireland seems to be doing everything, and they seem to be doing it for the honor of Ireland.
It is, Ed, but it's quite natural, because the motto of our Constitution is for the glory of God and the honor of Ireland. And that motto was taken from the Franciscan writers of the 17th century.
You know, Father, when you talk of for the honor of Ireland, certainly Sybil Connolly here has contributed to the honor of Ireland, because, Sybil, how long ago was it that you, as the Irish couturier and first in your field, brought your creations to America?
6 years ago, next month, Ed, I went for the first time.
I remember it very vividly, too. You know, remember the first time you came to the country in your first great exhibition at the Waldorf, wasn't it?
Yes.
And had all the celebrities of the fashion world there and the photographers, and I was thinking that day watching you, what was in your mind as your fashions on those lovely looking models came parading down that long runway and they were all cheering?
Well, you know, Ed, my thoughts were 3,000 miles away, because all the fabrics in those fashions, the tweeds and the coats and suits, the laces and the dresses, were all hand-woven or hand-crocheted for me in the cottages in Donegal. And I was thinking of these people, all those thousands of miles away, way up in the top of the mountains in little cottages, and how proud they'd be if they could have seen them. I wish they could have seen them. I wish they could have been there.
They didn't need their oil lamps that night. They were all up on cloud nine, I'll bet. Toddy, certainly you as the Toddy O'Sullivan is the managing director of the world-famous Gresham Hotel here in Dublin. You've had a great grandstand view of the influx of new tourism to this country, haven't you?
Yes, Ed, I have. I suppose I'm in a very favorable position to see the development of the tourist industry in Ireland. The most important impression, I think, is the growth in 20 years. In 1939, our tourist income was in the region of £3 million. The latest figure shows £35 million.
Wonderful.
Brendan here, of course, has contributed very considerably to the tourist picture in Ireland, vis-a-vis Shannon Airport, and perhaps he'd be able to tell you something about that.
That he has, because I first met Brendan 5 years ago at Shannon Airport, and that time he was telling me his dreams of what the Shannon Airport... Brendan, how's that turned out in the course of 5 years?
Well, the dreams have come to actuality, Ed, many of them at any rate, since that day the trade at Shannon has more than doubled itself. And we are now at another period of expansion.
This you've got to tell us about, because all Americans, or Canadians too, are interested in how to, to get away from the tax problem. Now, what's this going to be? No taxes there for 25 years?
Yes, and it's a spectacular decision of the government. They have decided that the Shannon comprises over 2,000 acres, and they have set aside this region of the country for special incentives for the most modern type of industry.
Well, an American business or a Canadian business could come over there and be tax exempt for 25 years?
That's right. And we're as Toddy has told you, we have our feeling towards America is one of his brotherhood, and we get on very well together. We hope that...
Well, giving us tax-free privilege of 25 years exceeds brotherhood. This becomes a blood bond.